Hi guys, Above and Beyond Auto Repair. Wes Harrison with Above and Beyond Auto Repair, and I'm on my way to Colorado to do some indoor skydiving, so excuse the sunglasses. I'm going to answer some questions. So today's question is, how long do brakes last? Well, it depends on what kind of driving you do and what the quality of the pads that were put on your vehicle are. If your car is a fairly brand new car from the dealership and it has not had a set of brake pads and you drive normal, you should get 40,000 miles. It'd be very realistic. I've seen people get upwards of 60,000 miles. I've seen them worn out in as fast as 30,000 miles. Myself, I'm the 30,000 mile because I like to speed to a stop. Everyday drivers, 50,000 miles is about normal. Now, when you get brake pads, if you get the Midas Touch $69.95 brake pads, for whatever reason you decide to do that, and oh my god, I cringe if you go there. Those are the absolute bottom of the barrel, cheapest brake pads that you could possibly get, and they don't last very long at all. And they will warranty out those brake pads, but they will also sell you a complete new braking system, because they will tell you that those brake pads should have lasted much longer and that your calipers now have difficulties and you need new calipers, and that the rotors are shot and you need new rotors and you need new brake lines and you need new this and you need new that and you need new this. The average Midas repair ticket on that $69.95 brake job, by the way, just so you're warned, is about $1,200. So just take it in stride. Brake pads, good brake pads should last 40,000, 50,000 miles as a general rule of thumb. Now, sometimes brake pads will inherently squeak. If the squeak drives you up the wall, if your brake pads all of a sudden just start squeaking, usually it'll clear up within a week or two. It's a hard spot in the material of the brake pads, since the government made brake pad manufacturers go away from asbestos. The materials that they're using now, the epoxies and the resins and the brass, is what they use. It's every once in a while you get some hard spots, and that's what the squeak is. People will tell you, oh, it's grooves in the rotor and it's the rotor making like a record player and all that, and it's horse rubbish. It's a hard spot on the pads. Now, you've got one of two options. If it doesn't go away in a couple weeks and it's just driving you up the wall, warranty out the brake pads. Our shop, we stand behind them for 2 years. We warranty them right out if in fact that happens. The other side of the coin is there are some manufacturers that you have to use factory brake pads on, and unfortunately that's just what you have to do. Nissan Maximas, for whatever reason, there's a special blend on those that aftermarket pads, they squeak every time. I don't know why, but according to the brake pad manufacturers, they haven't got the blend quite right on those particular cars for the weight ratio and everything else, and there's issues with them. So by the time you buy the premium grade aftermarket brake pads that are guaranteed not to squeak, they're actually more expensive than just buying the pads from the dealer. So on particular cars, I'll just buy the pads from the dealer and I'll put those brake pads on. If you have any questions about brakes, rear brakes. Rear brakes last twice as long as front brakes. And the reason that is because all the stopping power and everything is all done at the front. It's 75% front, 25% back. Now, rear brake pad, it's not quite that, but that's close enough. All the weights in the front, even on your truck, you're going to go through 2 front brake pads replacements, usually to 1 rear. So every 2 front pads, you should be changing rears if the whole braking system's working like it should, and that's excluding towing trailers. If you're towing a trailer, it's pretty much equal because the whole vehicle is doing all the stopping. Rear brake pads, it's the same scenario. Now, on rear brake pads, you can get away with not using the ultra premium because rear brake pads are doing so little, they never have a problem with squeaking. Very, very, very rarely. Now, if you have rear shoes as opposed to rear brake pads, if it's rear disc, you'll have rear pads. If it's rear drum, you'll have rear shoes. It's still the very same thing. It's 2 to 1. and sometimes even a little bit more on rear shoes. You 3 to 1, three sets of front brake pads to 1 rear, and that's because on rear shoes they don't do near as much stopping as rear disc. Not that it's any less efficient or anything, it's just they just don't wear out as fast. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, 816-453-8282, and I'll try to help answer any questions that you can come up with, and guide you in the right direction. This is Wes Harrison with Above and Beyond Auto Repair, and of course you can find out how to get a hold of us at aboveandbeyondautorepair.com. Thank you very much.